Jay and Paul, it's Dave here, Dave Sowden. I thought I'd take a short video just to capture the issues that I think are problematic within the this system in France. The first one is this what I think is a pressure release valve on the pressure vessel on the expansion vessel for the hot water cylinder. I think that's an expansion vessel for the hot water cylinder anyway. You may tell me otherwise. But as you can see, we've got quite a flow of water coming through there, which I believe is coming from that red valve there. That red valve. I don't know if it's in focus, but I think it's got a... No, it's not in focus. It's got a... I can read it. It says 6 bar PN10 T max 110 degrees. The water that is dripping through there is cold. It's fresh mains water as far as I can tell. So it's not coming from the top of the cylinder, the hot water cylinder, where we've got another sort of pressure release valve, which what does that say? That says, can't read it actually. I don't know if you can read that. I'm sure Paul will know as he put it in. It says 10 kilowatt actually. Anyway, I don't think it's coming from there because it would be hot at the top of the cylinder and we've got plenty of hot water, so that is the cold water supply coming in at the top, so I think that's where it's coming from. This cylinder, as you can see, it's pulled out from its fitting on the wall. We've tried to push it back in. I don't want to go beyond that because if this has got water in it, and it might not have much water in it now because of that problem, if it's got water in it, then I'm just worried that it'll be very heavy to manipulate and get behind there to put the screw back in, because you obviously have to take the cylinder out to be able to get to the screw head. So I don't feel able to do that without the system drained. The red cylinder, which I think Jay spoke to me about, that's been repressurised with air at 1.5 bar. I did that about 3 weeks ago. And as you can see, this pressure gauge here is showing just under 1.5 bar. So that part of the circuit doesn't appear to be losing any pressure. The other thing is that I can't show you this from in here, but on the other side of the wall, you know where these manifolds come through, that go out to these zones inside the house. One of the manifolds is weeping ever so slightly, so there's a minor leak in there, which I think would explain the drop in pressure from 1.5 bar down a little bit over the last couple of weeks. Those are the only things I can see wrong with the system. There's also a lot of water on the floor in here. I don't know if you can see it. I've had a good look at all the low points on the system. I don't think the system is leaking anywhere. I think what's happening is that problem there is dripping down into this right angle at the bottom, which, as you can see, goes through the wall, and in fact I think that's buried in the ground out there. I'll just go outside, and I think all that's happening is that the water's going out there and then it's just seeping through back through holes in the wall and under the wall. It's not a big problem. We've got nothing in here that's going to suffer any serious damage from a bit of water on the floor, but obviously it's not desirable to leave it like that for too long. So yes, there's the pipe as it comes through. So as you can see, it goes into the ground. Yeah, it goes into the ground. So there we go. I think that's what's going on, and there's a lot of water here, some of which will be rainwater. But I think what's happening is that's soaking away underground and then going back in under the wall or through gaps. So I think that's about it really. I don't think there's much more to say. These bleed valves, when we had the problem initially, I have just kept checking those periodically to make sure there isn't any air in them, and there isn't. They all seem to be okay. That is the most obvious symptom that I can see, plus the leak on the manifold. So I hope that gives you the information you need. Alright, thanks guys, bye.